Hey guys, Kyle Kovatz here from Keller Williams Realty.
And I'm Dan Pollock from Brock Eichler.
So we're here today to talk about the new tax assessments that came out in town. Have been fielding a lot of questions from residents asking, if I want to appeal my taxes because they went up, how do I appeal my taxes? What does that process look like? So Dan here is an expert when it comes to tax appeals, and we brought him in to ask him some questions in regards to, hey, what happens in a tax appeal? When do you appeal your taxes by? Is there any pros? What are the cons? And everything in between here. So Dan, just to start off, as far as like a tax appeal is concerned, what's the first step in the process of appealing your taxes?
Sure. The first step would be to file a petition of appeal at the County Board of Taxation or a complaint with the tax court in New Jersey. If your assessment exceeds $1 million, you can go directly to the tax court. If your assessment's $1 million or less, you have to go first to the County Board of Taxation.
Okay, and then is there a deadline for when this must be done by?
Yeah, the standard filing deadline in New Jersey for tax appeals is April 1st. If the municipality, like Roseland, is undergoing a revaluation or reassessment, the filing deadline is May 1st. Unless the notifications of assessment go out late, then you have 45 days from the date of the notification that it's mailed. So in almost all instances, it's April 1st or May 1st in a revalued and reassessed municipality.
Sure. Now, Dan, some of the questions that I'm getting from residents of town is that, hey, I just got my tax assessment back and I love my neighbor, but I was talking to them and they have a bigger house than mine and their assessment actually came in a little bit lower than mine. Part of a tax appeal, can you go and actually say, hey, I think my house isn't as worth as much as my neighbor and my neighbor's assessment is lower. Can you use that?
No, the only issue on appeal is going to be the valuation of your property as of October 1st of the pre-tax year. So in this case, the valuation date is going to be October 1st of 2023 for tax year 2024. You can't compare assessments, you can't compare taxes, you can't base your appeal on the fact that your taxes went up by a certain percentage. The only issue on appeal is going to be the valuation of your property on October 1st of the pre-tax year.
Okay, and another question that we've been getting from people is, hey, there's nothing to lose. I could just appeal my taxes, right? Or is there a negative? Is there something that they could get hit higher?
Yeah, there is a risk that the town could file a counterclaim or a cross petition of appeal seeking an increase of the assessment. So you should really undertake a careful review of your assessment before you file an appeal so you can minimize the risk of an increase, which the town could proceed with if the cross petition or counterclaim is filed once you appeal your assessment.
Okay, so in other words, basically, if you got your assessment back and your assessment came and you're just not happy how much your taxes went up, but you looked at the assessed number and you're like, that's probably less than what my house is worth. People like that, probably it's not worthwhile pursuing a tax appeal.
In my opinion, that's correct, yes. You want to make sure your case has merit before you file it. The way you're going to establish market value as of October 1st is by way of comparable sales. Of course, a sale of the subject property, your purchase of your home, would be the best sale. But one sale doesn't make the market, and typically you're going to look at comparable sales in addition if you have your own sale to establish market value as of October 1st. Now, typically, when reviewing comparable sales, you'll want to find sales between 12 to 18 months of the valuation date. So again, October 1st of 2023, you're looking for sales within a 12 to 18 month period leading up to that date.
Sure. Well, thank you very much, Dan. And if anybody does think they have a legitimate case to be made, how would they proceed with contacting you to go about something like that?
Yeah, if you'd like us to take a look at your new assessment, you can give me a call at 973-403-3119. That's my direct dial. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Great. Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Kyle. Anytime.